Hello. Namaste. So Namaste is the light in me, honors the light within each of you, and we truly are one on this yoga journey together and this life journey. I don't know about all of you, but today was a really chaotic day working with my kids and doing online schooling. I don't know if you have that same issue, but there was many times during the day where I had felt overwhelmed and I really needed to take a step back and, go outside, take a breath, get back to my center. And it reminded me of different things that have had happen in my life where I have felt frustrated, anxiety, panic, whatever it might have been, but those overwhelming feelings that come over you like a wave and you're just like, what am I gonna do? And it's overwhelming. Yoga has taught me that when those feelings happen, to stop and take deep breaths. So the Ujjayi breath is the number one breath I would say that we can really go to whenever we're in a state of panic. And if we do our Ujjayi breath to the same inhale and the same exhale, so usually it's like a 4-count inhale and a 4-count exhale. We could do that over and over until we feel our nervous system calm down. We can feel the anxiety release and let go a bit from us. And it really truly does help us to get back to our center. So I practiced that a lot today, as I'm sure you've all had that, with the uncertainty of what's been going on the last couple of weeks. So our Ujjayi breath, I had taught it a couple of weeks ago, but it's a breath that goes in and out through the nose, and it's a heating breath. And when you inhale, the belly actually rises up. And when you exhale, the belly goes back towards the spine. So it's like you're sucking it in. So inhale, the belly rises, and exhale, the belly falls. All right, place the right hand on the heart, the left hand on your belly, and we'll breathe in and out through the nose. All right, close your eyes, relax the shoulders, begin to soften the face. And on an inhale, feel the belly rise. And on the exhale, feel your belly fall. Again, inhale, the belly rises. And exhale, the belly falls. And continue with this deep breath with your eyes closed. And give yourself permission to be completely present. So whatever happened before this class, let it stay in the past. And whatever happens after class, let it stay in the future and in the unknown. So we're giving ourselves complete permission to be here, to be now, and to connect to something internal rather than connecting to the external influences. We allow our breath to become full. We feel as the breath rises up and as the breath falls down. Relax the shoulders. Bring your chin to your chest and bring both hands together at the heart. This is Anjali Mudra. Bowing down to your inner teacher. That inner strength that dwells within the center of the heart, the Jiva Atman. So we're connecting to our true self beyond all the external influences. This hour of complete gratitude and complete awareness of the breath. Inhale, open the eyes, bring your hands out, around, and up above your head, and exhale to your heart. Great. So we're going to come into Janu Shirsasana, taking the right heel in towards the groin. The left leg extends out in front. We'll take our torso, turn it towards the left leg, walk your hands down, shoulders back, flex your left foot, maybe wrap your hands around your foot, or just rest them on the ground. You can also take a strap if you have a strap or a tie. Try to keep that left back of the knee pasted down into the ground, shoulders back. Your back of the neck is elongated. So we're reaching out through the navel. We're pressing through the left heel. Find your breath. Inhale. Exhale. So with every inhale, perhaps you can lengthen forward from the navel. And with every exhale, see if you can fold over your leg. 5 Ujjayi breaths. Again, that Ujjayi breath is that ocean sound through the nose. Bring your hands back. Beautiful. Bend your right knee and cross it over. Keep both sits bones on the ground. Take the right hand back behind you and extend the left arm forward. So if you've been practicing and you're feeling a little bit more open today, you can take that left heel in. Taking your left hand forward, we're going to wrap it around the knee, but scoop that knee up and scoop your thigh up. Keeping your heel and your toes on the ground. Inhale, lengthen up so you're pressing into the back heel of the right hand here. Exhale, send the gaze back. And we'll take 5 breaths here, stimulating the Agni, the digestive tract. So that Agni is a word for the fire within the purification processes of a Hatha yoga practice. And we'll get a little bit into that. So take a deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And breathe in. And breathe out. Come to center. Beautiful. Extend your left leg out and now your right leg. So now we can feel that blood flow in the right leg. We're going to take the left heel in to the right thigh. Turn the torso towards the right leg and walk your hands down, bringing your hands around your foot, dropping the chin, shoulders back, press the right knee down into the floor, slightly lift the right heel up to create a deeper stretch. As you inhale, lengthen out from the navel, and as you exhale, fold over the front of the right leg, relaxing your head so that you're not lifting the chin here. There's one line of energy from the neck into the spinal column. Shoulders back, and we're going to encourage the chest to come forward. One more deep breath. On your next inhale, walk your hands back. Bend your left knee. So we're placing our hands down on the ground to give us that lift that we need. Take your left foot over and bring your right heel back. The left hand comes back behind your sacrum so it acts as a ledge to provide a spinal column that's erect. Bring the right arm forward, wrap it around your knee, and bring that knee closer towards your torso. Inhale and lengthen up. Exhale, send the gaze back behind your left shoulder. So you can feel this great stretch right here on the outside of the left thigh. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Come back to center. So now we'll take our feet into Baddha Konasana. Bring your shoulders back as you lengthen up. Bring your heels in. Bring the big toes together. Reach forward from your navel and then soften the chin, pressing the elbows down into the forearms. So you could stay here if you're feeling a little bit more open. Try to extend the forearms out, bringing the forehead down. We'll take 5 breaths here. Ujjayi breathing. Samavritti pranayama. So samavritti, equal breath in, equal breath out. So we'll work with a 4 count in and a 4 count out. Wonderful. Bring your hands back. Extend both legs out into a wide-legged forward bend. We're going to press the backs of the knees down to the ground. We're going to turn our torso over towards the right leg and walk your hands down. So you can keep your hands here. You can wrap them around your foot if that's available. Or Yoga Tolak, which is peace fingers around your big toes, your big toe, bringing the elbow on the inside of the knee. We're going to pull this left shoulder back so that the heart opens up to the sky, and maybe bring this left hand to the back of that right hip, lengthen out through the torso. So we're resisting the urge to tighten or round in the lower back. We're lengthening from the navel, and then we're going to send the gaze up towards the ceiling. Pressing both knees down into the ground, slightly lift up your heels. Good. Come back to center. Straighten up the spine. Then turn the torso towards the left leg, toes point up to the ceiling. Walk your hands down. Maybe grab your foot. Maybe take Yoga Tolak with your peace fingers, elbow on the inside, bringing the right hand back around to your left hip crease. Flexing both feet, bring that right shoulder back, look up to the ceiling, pace the knees down to the ground and lift the heels up. So we're going to lengthen, even if it's out to the side, we're still lengthening towards the left side through the navel, opening the heart. 5, Samavritti Ujjayi Pranayama. Good. Lifting up your torso, bring your legs together. We're going to take the hands behind the thighs, shoulders back, sitting on the sits bones. Okay, bring your knees up towards your chest. Bring your right leg up and down. Left leg down. We're just warming up. Right, left, right, left, and both. We're planting seeds for Navasana, which will be full boat pose. So we're going to continue moving like that. Good. Bring your feet down, come into Baddha Konasana, bringing the big toes together. Inhale, lengthen up, exhale, and fold forward. Inhale, lengthen up, bring the knees together, and bring your knees down towards the front of your mat so that you can lie down. So we're taking the hands out in front, slowly lower down. Extend the fingers above your head. Good. So we're going to sit on our thumbs here, bringing the knees up to the belly, feet up to the ceiling. So if you have a tender lower back, you might not want to do this pose. That's okay. You can also do it with your knees bent. You're still going to be working the core here. So we're trying to stimulate the Agni in the belly, the fire, the power of our digestive tract, to move the ama and the toxins out and to strengthen the core so that we could do balancing poses. So pointing up through the toes, tuck your chin in. As we lower down, we're gonna push through the toes. So inhale, exhale, push through the toes, come halfway down, inhale up. Pushing through the toes, inhale. Keep your chin tucked, tongue to the roof of the mouth, the soft palate, connecting to the third eye chakra. So we're engaging our core as we come down. The tongue is at the roof of the mouth, so this is connecting the Agni and the Soma, the fire and the moon. And slowly lower all the way down. Great. Extend the hands above your head. Take your knees into your belly and rock right and left, massaging the lower back. This is another one for the core. So we're going to extend the left leg out, keep the right knee in. Take the hands behind the head. Lift up the elbows to touch the knee. Lift the tailbone up and take 6 breaths here. Continue to lift the tailbone. Elbows touch the knees. Okay, bring the left knee in, extend the right leg out, lift up the tailbone, elbows to the left knee. Breathe. Just as we have these sticky parts in life that we don't want to deal with, sometimes these poses we don't want to deal with, but breathe into them and we'll get through them together. Good. Rest your back down. Take your knees in towards the chest. Take your hands behind your thighs, rolling up. Good. Moving your seat back so that you're equally on your sits bones. Take your knees up to your belly, hands out to the side. Try to come into Navasana with the 90-degree angle. Shoulders back, heart lifted. Good. Cross the ankles, bring your feet down on the ground, knees to the floor, come onto all fours. Okay. Curl the toes under, inhale, look up. Exhale and round. 5 of these. Cat-cow, allowing the energy to move through the spinal column, moving out any stagnant energy. Good. Come back to center. Keep the right hand on the ground with the right wrist below the right shoulder. We're going to extend the left leg back on its big toe for side plank variation. If you have side plank in your practice, you can always come into that. Curl the right toes under for balance. We're going to turn that left hip up and bring the left hand up to the ceiling. And then over your ear, palms down, look up underneath your arm. So if you have tension in your neck, you don't have to look up at the ceiling. You could simply have a comfortable, neutral position throughout the entire class with your neck. So Adam Forrest says that there's no need to always be working the neck and turning it in different directions because our neck does a lot just holding up the head. So that's your choice. Okay, keep the pose here. Keep the tailbone tucked under. And maybe flex that left foot, lifting the left leg up. Okay, deep breathing. Okay. Taking your left hand down to the ground and your right knee. Beautiful. So now we're going to take that left hand on the ground, left shoulder, below the left shoulder.
Curl the left toes under, extend the right leg back. Raise the right hands up and bring it over your ear, palms down. Okay, tuck the tailbone. Take a couple deep breaths here, 5 deep breaths. Look up underneath the right arm, bring the right fingers together. So tucking the tailbone under, we're going to feel it stretch through the right hip. And we feel the body as it lengthens forward. It's such a beautiful stretch for the hips. Okay, engage your core, engage your mula bandha, and lift up the right leg, flexing the right foot. Okay, good. Take your right hand down to the ground. Inhale, look up. Exhale to child's pose. So coming back into child's pose. Inhale to a supported up dog. Look up at the ceiling. Exhale to child's pose. Inhale to a supported up dog. Exhale to child's pose. Inhale to a supported up dog. Exhale to child's pose. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. Tuck your chin, look between your knees, lift up the tailbone, come onto tippy toes. Exhale, heels to ground. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, heels to ground. One more, up and down. Bring your right foot forward into a lunge. Now remember, you can drop your knee in this pose. We're going to take it a little bit higher today, so we're going to pull that left knee up. But if you feel like you still want to keep it down on the ground, keep it down. All right, we're resisting the urge to let that chest rest on our thigh. We want to kind of get a little elevated here. Keep the tailbone tucked under and engage that left quad by pressing through the left heel, pressing into the right heel as well. So there's total like you're active throughout the left thigh, the left quad, and you're pressing into the right heel. Place your hands down on the ground. Lift the right leg up to the ceiling. Come down to downward dog. So if you don't feel like doing downward dog today, do a cat-cow instead. Bring your left foot forward into a lunge. Again, resist the urge to rest on your thigh. If you need to drop the right knee, drop the right knee. Press into the left heel. Press back through the right heel. The left knee is on top of the left ankle. Tuck the tailbone under. Engage your right thigh. Strengthening. Tongue to the roof of the mouth. Soften the chin. Press your hands down into the ground, 5 fingers down. Raise the left leg up to the ceiling. Bring it down into downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Drop your knees to the ground. Cross the ankles. So maybe the wrists are a little bit more forward. We're going to tuck the tailbone under, engage the core, lower down halfway. Don't let the elbows come out to the side though. Instead, let the elbows come back towards the hip bones. Okay, inhale, upward dog, take the knees off the ground. Exhale, downward dog. Bring your right foot forward. Drop the left knee down, come into lizard pose. So In lizard pose, you're going to walk your right foot over to the right side with the wrists underneath the shoulders. The left knee is all the way back. The right knee pushes or squeezes into the right bicep. Okay, let's take our 5 deep breaths here. Maybe you even want to just try to lift up that left knee if you have a strong left ankle. Drop the left knee down to the ground. Move your hips back, move the right knee back, and the left leg comes forward for lizard pose. So all of these poses that we're doing, we work the limbs of the body in one direction and then the other direction. So we're always, and the limbs and the joints. So if we move something this way, we're moving it this way. And it gives it a lot of blood flow into those areas. It's very nourishing. So we're going to squeeze that left knee into the bicep. Wrists are below the shoulders. And maybe if you'd like to try to lift the right knee up, remember, feel that out for yourself. All right? Drop the right knee down, curl the right toes under, downward dog or cat-cow, or child's pose. Bring the big toes together here. Lift the tailbone up, look between the knees, go into plank pose. Drop your knees to the ground, cross the ankles, elbows come back towards the hips, lower down. Inhale, upward dog, knees off the ground. Exhale, downward dog. Gorgeous. Put your knees to the ground. Inhale, hands out, around, and up. Exhale to your heart. Great. Let's take that left foot forward this time. Take the right elbow out in front, wrap it around the outside of the left knee. Thumbs at the heart center. Tuck your tailbone under, and if this left hip is coming out to the side, scoop it back in. Now resist the urge to lean on your thigh here. Press into your left big toe. Thumbs at the heart center, one straight line from one elbow to the other. Look behind the left shoulder, up at the ceiling. Keep that tailbone tucked, the right thigh engaged, right quad. Take your hands down to the ground and bring that left knee back. Good. So we're going to do the same thing on this side. I'm just changing so you can see me better. Bring the right foot forward. Right knee above the right ankle, hands at the heart center. Take your left elbow out in front and around toward the outside of the right knee. Scoop the right hip in if it's come out to the side. Thumbs at the heart center, one straight line. Tuck the tailbone under, engage your left quad. Look up behind that right shoulder. Keep the tailbone tucked so that you can feel that left quad engage, pressing down into the right heel. Bring your hands to the ground. Curl the back toes under, downward facing dog. Bring your big toes together. Come forward to a plank. Drop your knees to the ground, child's pose. Inhale, Bali, hands out, around and up to the ceiling. Exhale to your heart. Take your feet forward to a standing position. With your hands at your heart, step back with your right foot for pyramid pose. Hands on the hips, bring the right hip forward, shoulders back. So you can have your hands at the hips, at the heart, or reverse Namaste. Shoulders back, tuck the tailbone, lengthen out from the navel. Keep the chin lifted until you get down to a neutral position and then relax the chin. Keep pulling that left hip back, the right hip pointing down. If you're feeling really shaky here, bring your hands to the floor or to blocks as well. Inhale, lengthen from your navel, rise up. Take your hands to your heart and step forward. Good. Take a step back with your left foot. Okay, hands at your hips, hands at your heart, or coming into that reverse namaste. Lift the heart up, take the right hip back, reach forward with your navel, chin lifted until you come to a neutral position, then drop the chin. Press equally down into both the big toes and the heels. Keep that right hip back. Take your hands to the ground. Bend your right knee, step forward to a forward bend. Take hold of the backs of the ankles, pressing down into your toes. We're going to lift the tailbone up, look between the knees. Bend the knees, take your hands out around and up above your head, and exhaling to your heart. Beautiful. Take a deep inhale, hands out and up. Exhale, fold forward, sun breaths. Inhale, look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, hands out around and up above your head. If you want to do a full vinyasa or a sun salutation, you can do that as well. One more inhale. Exhale and fold forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, hands out around and up above your head. Exhale to your heart for tree pose. For tree pose, we're going to Vrikshasana. We're going to take our weight and place it into our right foot. Our right toes are pointing forward. We're scooping that right hip in. You can take your hands to your hips. Shoulders back, the left heel to your ankle. So again, we're scooping that hip in, tucking the tailbone under so we feel that this right quad is engaged. So this might be it for some of y'all, but if you want to take it up to your inner calf, you can also bring it up to your inner thigh. Keep holding onto your ankle until you're ready. Just don't put the foot on the knee. Scoop the hip back in, hands at the heart. You can also use a wall or anything for balance. Keep that left knee pulled back, right hip in. Find one spot on the wall in front of you or somewhere that's not moving that you can stare at, called your drishti. Maybe bring your hands up. And then gracefully come out of the pose. So now we're going to take that on the other side. Taking your weight, putting it into your left foot. Bring your right heel in. Take your hands to your heart. Find your drishti. To your inner calf. Pressing down into your big toe. Maybe bring it to your inner thigh. Scoop the left hip in, bring the right knee back, tuck the tailbone, engage your left quad, pressing down equally through the four corners of that left foot. Okay, take your hands to your heart, right knee forward and down. Good. Pedaling out the legs. Placing all of your weight into your right foot. Bring the left knee up and see if you can interlace your fingers behind the left thigh. Point your toes. Shoulders back, so we're kind of leaning into this. I'm going to come forward a little bit so the sun's not in my eyes. is first variation. Second would be to bring your leg out. Flex. Maybe bring your hands down to your hips. Engage your core. Engage your left quad. Bend your left knee and bring it down. Good. Pedal out your legs. So that's a real hard one that the core needs to be warmed up for that balancing pose. Place your weight into your left foot. Bring your right knee up. Interlace your fingers. Extend your right leg forward, point. Maybe release your hands, flex. Tuck the tailbone, engage the right quad. Bend your right knee and bring it down, good. Inhale, hands out, around and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale and forward bend. Place your hands down the ground, bend your knees, maybe hop back to chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog, drop the knees, child's pose. Take your hands back by your ankles. Extend your feet forward. So we're going to take those knees back up. Hands out to the side, lifting them up to a 90-degree angle, maybe a little higher, maybe a little bit higher, shoulders back. Okay, come down into Baddha Konasana. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, reach the body forward and fold. Okay, lifting up the torso. Extend the legs out in front. Hands out in front. Slowly lower down, one vertebrae at a time. Extend the hands above your head. Stretch from the fingertips to the toes. Opening the arms out to a T shape. Let's bend both knees. Lift the hips up and drop the hips on the left side of the mat as you bring your knees into your belly and drop the knees over to the right. Take your right hand on top of the left thigh and look over the left shoulder. So the practice that we did today was a little bit more heat, more stimulating to the core and to the overall purification process of a Hatha yoga practice. Hatha is solar and lunar balancing. Hatha is the Agni. Tha is the lunar, the moon qualities of Soma. And so we do all these purifications through our breath and through the asana so that our mind stills and that we can rest comfortably in shavasana and in meditation. So take a deep inhale and exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your knees up to your belly. Open the right arm to the T shape and drop both knees over to the left side. So you might need to bring your hips back into spinal alignment. Take your left hand on top of that right thigh and look over the right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. back onto the ground, touching your fingertips to your heels. Tuck your chin in. Knees above ankles. Inhale, lift the hips up. Squeeze the shoulders together, bridge pose, Setu Bandhu. Interlace your fingers, point your fingers out. Keep lifting up through the seat, pressing the big toes down into the ground. Resist the urge to let the knees come out to the side. Keep them right above the ankles, tucking the tailbone under. And then take the hands out, pressing the backs of the hands down, thumbs and pointer fingers down into the floor. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale and belly falls. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly unroll the back. Bring the knees up to the armpits. Take your feet and have them parallel to the ceiling. Wrapping your hands around the pinky toe side of the feet, and then bring the knees down to the floor and release the tailbone so the tailbone is towards the floor as well. So you're pulling those knees down and the feet are flexed, the chin is tucked. Bring your knees together. Take your right knee on top of the left knee. Take your hands, wrap them around the pinky toe side of the feet. Flex your feet. Bring your knees down to your chest. And let the elbows, the arms create 90-degree angles. We're bringing the feet down towards the floor. Release the lower back down into the ground. The back, the four corners of the back are pasted down to the floor. We feel the stretch on the outside of the right part of the seat. Good. Raise your feet up to the ceiling. Cross the left knee on top of the right. Flexing your feet. Bring the knees down towards your chest. Bring the shoulders down to the floor. Tuck your chin. Tongue to the roof of the mouth. Good. Raise your feet up to the ceiling. Take the right leg in for our leg stretches. Shoulders down to the ground. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, forehead to knee. Rest your back down. Slowly lower the right leg. Bring your left leg up. Interlace your fingers. Shoulders down, take a deep inhale. Exhale, forehead to knee. Bring your back down. Good. Bend both knees. Soles of the feet together. Palms open out to the sides. Close your eyes, shoulders down. Bringing your knees together, extend the legs out in front as we relax the body in Shavasana. The purification of the Agni, the cleansing through the pranayama, prepares us for the sweet nectar and soma that happens and exists within us when we connect to relaxation. Completely surrender the mind and the body and the thoughts.
Begin to bring your awareness back into the body. Rolling your head over to the right side. Bend your knees over to the right as well as you come into a fetal position. And then slowly, with your eyes closed, make your way up into a cross-legged meditative seat. Resting your hands on your knees, your thumbs and your pointer fingers together. Shoulders back, heart lifted. Begin to follow the breath as it goes in and out through the nose. As the face softens, the chin softens. Begin to imagine a white, pure light surrounding and protecting the entire body. And as you breathe in, repeat the mantra in your head, so. And as you exhale, repeat the mantra in your head, hum. So as you breathe in, so. Hum as you exhale. So. Hum. Bringing your breath back to a normal breathing pattern. Take your right hand on your heart, blanket it with your left, bowing your chin. And we'll end with the metta meditation of loving kindness. So in your head, repeating, may I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be filled with love and kindness. And take a moment to think of all your loved ones. And wish the same to them. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be filled with love and kindness. To all the healers, the doctors, nurses, all the people that are sick and still suffering. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be filled with love and kindness. Bringing your hands together into Anjali Mudra, bowing your chin, bowing down to that inner strength that exists within all of us, that goes beyond all anxiety and all panic, the deep reservoir of hope and grace. Let's take a big inhale, breathing into that source. And bowing forward over the legs, bowing down to the energy of the universe. Slowly bring your head up. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me this evening, and I hope that you have a wonderful week. I will be back with you on Monday at 6 p.m. And remember that through the panic and through any anxiety, to find a quiet spot, detach from whatever is going on and bring yourself back to the breath. Bring yourself back to your heart center and reconnect to what truly matters, that breath and that source. Namaste again. Have a wonderful night.